Oh, it's nice to see you working on the seats, Josh.
Oh yeah.
This is really,
Taking them apart, see how they're put together, see what we're going to need, figure out just exactly what's going on in here since we have the metal parts.
Yeah.
And we got the new leather.
Yeah.
Well, you got to get everything that goes in between it sorted out. So what we're going to be doing today is stripping these seats down, getting rid of the old leather, trying to get down to the bare metal of the spring assembly, seeing where we're at, and seeing where we need to go with this project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by trying to peel off this in layers. So we can see here we got a seam, this beading with a seam. So I'm going to pull these hog rings off. I'm going to come around, I'm going to cut along the beading, along probably right here, along the stitching. I want to cut the stitching out so that if I needed to make upholstery, we have a kit that's all pre-cut and pre-made. But if you're going to be cutting your own leather or vinyl or whatever material you're going to be using, you'll want to save as much of this as you can to use as a template. So I'll show you how, when we get to it here, how I cut along, try to get in there, cut the stitching so that we can take this apart in an orderly manner so we can see how it goes back together. I'm gonna be lucky I have a video to watch when I put it back together. You'll probably want to take photographs, or if you run a video camera, video yourself taking it apart for reference for putting it back together again. So first things first, around this edge here, I'm going to pull this first set of hog rings off. You can just grab them with a pair of wire cutters and twist them out. Be careful if you do end up cutting one, they will kind of spring back at you, so make sure you got glasses on or something. They don't go flying away. Sometimes you can't get a good enough grip on them to peel them off like this. Now I'm only trying to take the ones out for the layer that I'm trying to remove. You can see we got this fairly loose. Take a couple more here. As you can see, these rings here are holding another layer. You know you're cutting the threads when it clicks like that. So what you got here is not only do you have this beginning, you're stripping this down, you can see how they fabricated the panel. Stitch this. This has metal wrapped in paper. So you can see how that webbing was put around. You see how they made some cuts in here, and how the beading material, which is plastic, is in here folded over. So if you're making replacement parts, be very careful when you cut them out so you have something like this. Then you'll go through and pick all these stitches so you can have a nice pattern to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and strip the other side here, and then we'll move into the main body of this is the back of the seat, backrest. This side's a little bit different in construction. The beading was done in its own little piece of leather. Now we'll go ahead and take the rest of these rings off and try to get the center portion out. Okay, so we can see that we got some metal bands that go from top to bottom that are apparently stitched into the leather and also holding this padding back. So we're going to very carefully take these loose. Looks like we got the foam has been connected through all this. It's kind of a complex setup here. You can see here we are down to having the metal of this is the not the part against your back, but the upright part of the back. This is the part here. This frame is where the padding is all attached to. So we've gotten to there. What I'm going to do is we'll cut away here for a few minutes while I remove a whole lot of rings, and we'll show you what we got when it's all stripped down. Then we'll explore the different layers of the padding. So I've got all those hog rings pulled out, and so here's the layers. You got the springs, and you have a layer of burlap material goes over the springs, the layer of foam, and then the leather covering. So that one's stripped down. Got 3 more to go. So we're at the stage now. We got the upholstery stripped off. Next step's going to be to be looking at the mechanism for the electric seat adjuster. So that'll be our next video.
Caddy Daddy Presents, it's all about giving back. Please enjoy the video of the Boys and Girls Clubs of St. Helena and Calistoga. You can donate by clicking the link in the video description.